Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno, the Meniere's Disease Warrior. How y'all doing? I'm doing okay for Wednesday night. I really didn't want to do this video because I really wasn't feeling too well today. It's been one hell of a Meniere's day. But, I saw something and I got to answer it because, and I had to research a little bit of it because it's like, I'm tired of people blaming something for the reason why they have Meniere's disease or blaming COVID. And somebody posted, and it was a great post. I wonder if we all have something in common that triggers this Meniere's disease. And of course, somebody gives a great answer saying, well, it's been around since 1855 or 1870 something. And, blah, 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 blah. They really don't know what causes it. And that's the truth. In all honesty, they still, 150 some odd years later, they don't know what really causes it. Okay? So that's true. The theory is that maybe a third is autoimmune, a third is hereditary, and a third they just really don't know. Could be hits on the head. They don't know. But somebody, of course, writes COVID, which starts a war. So I decided, well, let me do some research because you got to do your research. You can't just post stuff. You can't just comment stuff. You have to know. You have to be able to back it up because somebody's gonna run at you. So I did. I decided to go on my computer, click Google COVID. Meniere's. Click. And I found something. And it said, although COVID can cause Meniere's disease symptoms, we don't necessarily believe it causes Meniere's disease. But if you're predetermined for Meniere's disease or autoimmune diseases, it could cause Meniere's disease. It's kind of a crazy thing because it kind of backs up what the person said was, well, COVID, and it kind of doesn't. And this is the thing we deal with Meniere's disease because there's no definitive answer. There's no definitive thing that works for everybody. There's no definitive reason why people get it. Okay? So, in essence, it's the same with everything else. Can COVID cause a problem with Meniere's disease? Maybe, but most likely it can't. And the thing I really got out of it is, especially when I said if you're predetermined, if you have a weakness in your body, and let's say that weakness is your inner ears, that's where the virus is going to attack. Okay? And even cold viruses will do that. Okay? I've had cold virus where I didn't even get a stuffy nose all in my chest because my lungs at that point were weak from having pneumonia a month before. And the cold attacked it. And I thought I had pneumonia again, but I didn't. It was just a cold. And it went away after a couple of days. But I've had colds go into my ears. I got no coughing. I got no stuffiness. I got this wicked earache. Check it. Oh, yeah, it's red. It's infected. And, I had an old ENT ask me, does anyone in your house have a cold? And I'm like, yeah, they all do. I said, I don't. He goes, yeah, you do. It's in your ear. I'm like, whoa. Some of the stomach viruses, stomach things that you get, right? They call it the stomach flu. Sometimes it can be a cold virus that actually attacks your stomach and your intestines. It happens. And yeah, and I know people who didn't have Crohn's before COVID and then developed Crohn's. But they have other autoimmune problems. So the COVID virus probably triggered the Crohn's to act up and go into hyperdrive. Unfortunately, a lot of us have had Meniere's since before COVID. I had it way before COVID. So for me, maybe it triggered my right ear. I doubt it. I'm just gonna. It's a thing that's on the fence, and you can't really say it's definite. And really, what somebody really should have said if they did their research, well, maybe COVID, maybe not, and did some research, okay? And that was two things I read quick, and both of them said the exact same thing. They don't know. They don't know. It could not. They don't know. So do your research before you start blaming things, because yeah, there are a lot of people that are getting diagnosed with this, but you know something? Before COVID hit, there was a lot of people getting diagnosed with this. So my own personal belief is, I don't believe COVID is causing Meniere's disease. I think it's causing symptoms, but I don't believe it's causing the disease itself. Because too many people were getting diagnosed way before. 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, when I got diagnosed. 2014 is when mine started. Like 4 to 6 years. Yeah, 4 to 6 years. Okay, I was dealing with the stuff before COVID hit. So if you kind of maybe look back into your history, if you can remember, you might have been suffering from Meniere's symptoms before COVID. You just don't remember. And that's happened. That happens to me a lot. And actually, I've noticed lately that before 2014, I had problems with my ears. And it was my brother who actually triggered it, who said, yeah, remember when you were a kid, you couldn't hear and your ears were always popping? And I'm like, shit. I probably had this my whole life, and it just decided to go kablooey when I was 48 years old. I'm 58 now. So yeah, to me, my opinion is, if you're predetermined to have something, COVID's going to attack whatever area that is, whether it's your ears, your lungs, your heart, your intestines, your back, lupus, any of those diseases, MS, brain, anything that you're weakness at or have predetermined towards it, yeah, COVID's going to cause it. But if you don't, who knows? Okay, we really don't know. And that's the thing with Meniere's. We don't know. So, yeah, my advice to people is, if you're going to comment something like COVID or, let's say eating liver, do your research. Don't just say it. COVID. Because then the next thing you know, you'll have people blaming everything on COVID, and you can blame some things. I mean, yeah, you can blame, the economy back in 2020, 2021, and all that stuff. But everything seems to have recovered, even though COVID is still running rampant. It really is. People don't realize it, but it really is. It's just treated now like a cold, and not like this, insane disease. Which, my thing is, I think it should really be treated as such, a disease. But yeah, I know the video might be confusing for some, might lighten some. And if you know some more about it, COVID, please comment. I really do want to learn. I'm not picking on anybody here. I really want to learn too. So if you do know something more about COVID and Meniere's disease, please comment it, or comment a link on my channel. Don't do it in a group. Don't do it in the Facebook support groups or the ones I run, because it'll end up getting removed. I won't remove it, but somebody else will. Send a link, post a link on my YouTube channel, because I really would like to learn more. Because see, this channel is about my experiences in helping others so they don't feel alone, and to get along with Meniere's, to get along with this. And the more information I know, the better off I am, and the better off other people will be, because I can relay that. And I promise you, I will give you the credit that you deserve. I've done that on a few videos where I've given people credit for what they found. The TF 2101, I gave the guy credit for that video, for inspiring me to Canham. I gave him the credit to inspire me to make that video about that, and was very fascinated by his research. So, on that note, hey, have a good one, and I'll talk to you all soon. And please, don't get all argumentative about COVID and all this stuff. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. We're all here to help each other, not tear each other down over a single thing. So, on that note, guys, talk to you later.